Welcome to Donna Friends. You know, recently we had the first part of a series that we've been doing with Jolley Realty. This time we're going to focus on listings, but first let's say hello to the gang at Jolley.
Hello.
Loretta, Gerald, and Kay. How's it going today?
Great. Thank you.
Well, in our first segment we did a sort of introduction, talked about Cushing in general, that type of thing in this series, but today we're going to focus about how to list your house, and we're even going to let you guys in on some of the current listings that are happening right now in the Cushing area. Now, Loretta, I'm going to start with you, and what we're going to do here is we're just going to pretend it's me, and I'm going to be getting ready to list my house.
Okay.
What's one of the first things or first group of things you're going to need to tell me?
Well, I'll need to come look at your house to, yeah, I know, it's sad, isn't it? And to see what comps I should pull up.
Okay.
Before I ever come,
Okay.
I will pull up your address, I'll pull it up on the county reports, I'll kind of know what it is if I don't see the inside, just going on basis of square footage and area.
Because there is kind of an estimation
Yeah, we can estimate that.
that's compiled from a various amount of things like the location, that type of thing, to where you could kind of get a general idea
We can get
of
a
what
general
we're
idea,
looking
but
at.
without even coming in.
Yes.
So then once we go in, depending on what you've done on the inside and the improvements that you've made and the wow factor when I walk in the door, you know, those are things that kind of make a difference whenever you're listing it.
So we'll go through all that, and here I gotta, you know, you haven't gone in my home yet, but I'm gonna tell you up front, you know, I'm kind of a hoarder of different tables, that kind of thing, and a hoarder, you know, I've got a collection of things, and basically my collection of things are religious wall hangings and that kind of thing, and there's a lot of them.
I would probably come
Is that a
in
problem?
and tell you that, are
Yes.
you wanting to move? And of course you would say yes.
Right.
That's why I'm listing it. And if you are, then you need to start packing some of that up right now.
Okay.
So just go ahead, put it in a box. And if you don't have a place to store it and you don't want to pay for storage, you should just pick one room in the house that you're not going to be using, that you can completely fill up with all the extra stuff.
Okay.
You're going to be moving anyway, so just get a head start on that.
Okay, all right. So let's say I get that kind of done up. Kay, talk to me about, I've got it listed, I've got your sign out in the yard, and now it's time for you to start bringing people. What do I need to do then? That makes me kind of edgy to think about, actually.
Make yourself scarce first.
Okay.
No, you don't want to be there because you want them to look at every part of your house. You want them to look in the closets, look in the cabinets, look in the garage, look in all the places. People are hesitant to do that if the owner is sitting there or standing there following you around. And so it's better if you just go somewhere. Just get in your car and drive around the block or go out in the yard for a while.
Right.
And when you leave the house, always be aware that people come in from out of town unannounced and want to look at houses right then. And maybe they won't be back for weeks, or maybe not at all. Maybe this is their day. And so you want to leave your house in an orderly fashion so that you're not embarrassed when we bring people in. So you just need to be sure that you've made your beds, done the dishes, picked up your dirty underwear before you leave the house.
How long, when I list my home, do I know there's probably a certain amount of time, and then you can relist it if it hasn't sold. What's
Correct.
that? What's that number?
Well, we like 6-month
Okay.
listings because in a small real estate market, which Cushing is compared to Tulsa or Oklahoma City, it takes longer to get your house touted and known about and sold, depending on the property. And so we like to have a 6-month run at it because we do a lot of advertising that needs more than
Yes.
30 days to get out for you.
So even if I'm like making a quick trip to the grocery store, if you gave a call, you'd want to show the home right then if you had someone in.
Try to always have an agreement with all the people I list with that if you're not at home, we try to call you first. If you're not at home, and we can't reach you on your cell even, then we want the right to go ahead and bring people in. So that's why you need to leave your house the way you would
Right.
not mind someone coming in.
So I just need to look around every time
That's right.
before I leave and just say, this would be, acceptable to me.
That's right.
Okay. Let's talk about your current listings right now. Okay? Why
Yes.
don't we talk about you? I know you have one going on
Right.
right now. Let's hear about it.
I have a new listing that is in a really wonderful location. It's 930 East 14th Street. It is a big house. It's nearly 4,000 square feet, and it's 4 bedrooms, 3 baths. It has a loft with a pool table that stays. It has a storm cellar room underneath the house, in the house. You don't have to go outside to get in it, with built-ins even in it. They have beautiful cherry woodwork throughout, and beautiful cherry cabinetry. And they just have put in so many special storage units all throughout the house. Storage places for everything. It has a huge living room, a separate dining room. It's got a big den with an eating space, and the kitchen are all together. A big open area there. Really wonderful for entertaining. And it's got a circle drive. Has a brand new privacy fence around the backyard. Big backyard. And it just sits in a wonderful location.
Wow. And that's currently on the market right now. And
Yes.
that area
Yes.
that we're talking about, that's a fabulous
Yes.
neighborhood.
We don't get a lot of listings there because people tend to be more stable and
Yes.
don't move as often in that
Yes,
area. so.
absolutely. And for people that may be watching this and they don't live here, that's a great place to go look at.
That's right.
I mean, that could be you too, being there
Yes.
20 years later.
That's
I mean, it is a
correct.
very wonderful area.
Correct.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Now, Gerald, you want to weigh in at this point with anything about listings that you're a stickler about if you personally are going to list a house for someone? You got anything that as coming from the female's views, that do you feel like there's something from a man's view as an agent that you kind of look at? Maybe it's the outside or the tools or something.
I normally go to a garage.
I do. I really kind of thought there'd be a difference.
Right.
I don't know, I guess it's the man in me, but I think we intend to look more at structure than prettiness,
Yeah.
you know? We want to look at all those cracks under the windows and the ceilings and foundations, stuff like that, and I know not all men's not the same, and actually the house is more the woman's.
That's right.
But if it's got a nice barn or shop outside, then men are in
That doesn't hurt much, does it?
it, you know?
Yeah, it's pretty exciting. And
There you
while I'm, if I'm looking at a home to buy, I may be looking at, well, look at the marble counters and this fabulous built-in microwave.
Not the crack in the floor.
My husband could be looking at, what's that up there?
Right.
That's right.
There's a little spot up there. Is there a leak up here? And so you may be more prone to, let's say Loretta lists the house for me, and I know you all get together and kind of do tours, and you may say, oh, now, Loretta, did you catch that, or did you tell them about it? I mean, you all have conversations like that?
That's
Yes,
right.
we do.
I bet you do, when
We
you
do.
get together, kind of,
Critique that house.
right,
we do.
right. And that all helps the seller
Sure it does.
to get ready for
Yeah.
what they may be
I mean,
having
if you got
pointed
small
out.
cracks in the walls,
Yeah,
fill them in and paint them,
right.
you know?
And paint,
Because
it's an easy fix.
Absolutely. It's the quickest way to make your house feel new and fresh.
Absolutely. Well, Gerald, let's hear about a listing you've got.
well, I don't have any listings.
Oh, or, well, let's say,
They're all
Yes,
mine.
They're all his.
okay.
They're all my listings.
He owns them. If we leave them.
But Edie was out showing today, and she gave me one to talk about.
And we'll say hi to Edie. She's missing this, and I hate
It's
that.
west of town. It bucks up to the Cushing Lake, so you can actually go from your house to your boat and on the water.
Now, Gerald, I'm gonna have to say, I drove by this just the other day, and it has been, I wanna call it iconic. to Highway 33.
Right.
Yes.
And I saw that it was up for sale, and I was just like, daydreamer. Oh, yeah, that's up for sale. So, and then I kind of glanced at your photo, and I went, uh-oh, he is really going to talk about this house. So
And
you
a
have
nice patio out in the back of it. It's sitting on a little over 6 acres of ground, large enough to put a horse on or a calf or something. If you're in the 4-H or FFA, then you can do your little projects with your kids. It's a 4-bedroom, 2-bath. It has French doors in the dining room, some hardwood floors in it, wood-burning fireplace. Just custom
It has a
cabinets.
beautiful view, doesn't it?
Oh,
I mean,
yes.
It looks like it has
Oh,
a beautiful view.
Yeah, all the land's in the back and to the side, so you,
The upstairs master bedroom is immense. It's
Really?
huge, and it's got
You
big
wouldn't want that.
closets. No, you wouldn't like it,
No,
Donna.
no. Get that out of here. Well, you know, that, I tell you, that's always been a favorite home of mine, just to glance over and look at when I'm driving, like on the way to Perkins or something. And what is now that outside interior?
it's rock.
It is rock.
It is rock.
Just
It's a
beautiful.
rock home.
It is.
Absolutely.
You might call Edie on this, and I think she's gonna have an open house on this weekend or next weekend.
Okay, I don't
I'm
know.
not for sure which weekend it is, but it's
Okay.
coming up real quick.
So there will
And-
be an open house.
Right.
And also Edie is available at Give Jolley Realty's phone
Right.
number.
Yes.
Right now. That's
right.
918-225.
306,
That's right.
1212.
That's hers.
That's
But
right.
ours is 225-0660 at the office.
Okay.
Just call that number and ask for one of us. It's better if you call and ask for our, by name.
Okay. All right. So you want to ask Edie about this lovely
Yes, that's
stone,
right.
iconic beauty
Yes.
out on Highway 33.
Yes.
Oh my
You
goodness.
better
All
hurry,
right.
because I'm supposed to show it this afternoon.
I don't know if this will air in time. Uh-oh. Well, my apologies if it sells before it airs.
and
But
I'm
that's
sure-
a good thing, and there's
That's
always
right.
another home
Oh,
to look
we got-
at.
we got
Sometimes
some
we get
more.
our hearts set, we don't always get the one we thought we were gonna get. Loretta, tell me what you've got.
I've got a brand new construction on Oak Grove Road. The builders are Ronnie and Linda Hickman. She's a doctor, but she does all the tile work, beautiful work. But they have envelope insulation, which is a new concept for energy efficiency on the home. They put LED lights all the way around the outside. Anytime they do a home, they do way over and above what they need to do on a home.
Yes.
They put in a brand new refrigerator, which typically a builder doesn't do. They've sodded the yard. It sits on 3.5 acres, small little pond, and they're asking $259,000.
Wow,
Beautiful,
that's
beautiful.
259,000. We're gonna talk a little bit more about that. We're gonna take a short break. Don't touch your mouse, because these homes are exciting, and we'll be right back.
You're watching RDMG TV.